Yeah, what is your like all-time favorite movie? The one which you just love the most?
It's comedy, a lot kind of comedies, like blended, for example, with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore,
Mm-hmm.
or like Pretend to Be My Wife with Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler too.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
some comedies. But for example, yesterday, yeah, I watched film, but it wasn't about this girl. It was Untouchable, 1+1, and Up to the Sky with George Clooney. So it's not comedy, it's like a kind of psychological with films, movie that should which after watching you should think about something.
Maybe drama.
Yeah, drama. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah, drama. Okay, cool. It's like a comedy, right?
Yeah, most of my favorite, my favorite genre, yeah, is comedy. But sometimes I
Mm-hmm,
prefer to watch drama or thriller, or
mm-hmm,
something which based on a real story, a true story. For example, my
mm-hmm.
plan is going to watch. I have two variants. It's a US from Arnold Schwarzenegger and Dmitry Nagiev. It's I forgot his name, but it's on true story of air crash Uberlink, if I'm not mistaken, which happened in 2003, which
Mm-hmm.
two air crash, each two airplanes in the same time.
Crashed.
So it was crash. Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
They crashed.
Mm-hmm.
So I
So
forgot the name of the
yeah.
film, but I have like I saved the trailer of this film and I'm going to watch. I know this story. I have
Mm-hmm.
like documentary film,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to watch like how it's in drama.
I see. Yeah.
Favorite actors.
Mm-hmm. While you were speaking, there was one like mistake in your pronunciation. You said genre. We say genre in English. Genre. Genre. Yeah. And also you said based. You said based on. So it's better to say is based on. The movie is based on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much. Since you are the only one here who's speaking. Okay. So I'm going to play some like good scene of the movie, the so-called Gifted. I'll share my screen with you. Sorry.
I have some ideas according to this film. Maybe it's a kind of Sheldon. Oh, yeah, kind of Sheldon. So some gifted, some it's a child who is smart, not for his age. I saw like trailer of this film that she can count some mathematic examples, exercises.
Yeah, exactly. You know, talent, gifted means when a person is talented. So she is very talented. She is very intellectual person, and because she is really young, like she loses her mother in very young ages because her mother as well was a mathematician and she was really talented, and she kills herself. She does
and her uncle brought up, and he has some problem with government. He cannot adopt her or something with problem. He's at home. So some episodes maybe I have seen this film, but I don't remember the end of this film.
Yeah, it's okay. I will talk about that. Just let's have a look, and like when they are speaking, I will tell you some like special things about it. Do you hear it?
And the bringing an X row acts inappropriately for someone who's a child.
I'm sorry, I'm still passive-aggressively ignoring you.
Other kids answer questions, they don't get into trouble.
You didn't get in trouble for answering questions. You yelled at the principal. Oh, you know what? You're gonna find
Okay, do you know the word yelled at? Yelled.
Yelled like завывать, wait, so cry, no, it's yelling, something like, it's yell, yell, it's a kind of crying, shout.
Yeah, it's shouting, exactly. It's like screaming and shouting at someone. So the same preposition, shouting at and yelling at someone. Okay, yes.
Shout.
And
So
principal is, principal of school is a person who is responsible for the school. Everything must be in order, so he is actually taking over everything, taking control of everything at school. Yeah, like a boss of the school.
First graders who yell at the principal, and statistically, you're never going to believe how many kids do it.
How many?
None.
Look out! Your little animals are escaping. Dumbass. You should not be laughing. You did a mean thing to a little kid. What are you going to do about it?
Made you special breakfast.
You can't cook.
Hey, Mary, open up.
Okay, open up. What does open up mean?
Open up, maybe like open the door, like this is phrasal verb, like open.
It means like open up means appear. It's like to say appear, come on, come out. It's like that.
You look beautiful.
I look like a Disney character.
And she says Disney character.
Where's the special?
What?
You said you made me a special breakfast. Please don't make me go. You can keep homeschooling me.
And she says, please don't make me go. What does it mean, make me go?
To make, like, заставлять. To make me go, so you had to go, so you don't want, but no, you make you go. So I said that you must go somewhere.
Yeah, so when someone make you go, it means that person is forcing you to go. So when someone forces you to do something, he or she is making you to do that. For example, when a person, not a person, like a baby, he or she doesn't want to eat something, we make her to eat it. Means we force her to eat it, right? Maybe a drug, or I don't know, something like medicine. Well, so it's like forcing someone to do something.
Tell you everything I know.
But I don't want to go.
Well, I don't want to go to work, but I do.
You don't go to work. You fix boats on and off.
Okay, it's a poor example, but
Here,
she says, you fix boats on and off. What does it mean?
fix of boats on and off. Maybe you all the time, all day long, you fix your boats. No, he works on like this not factory. In the station, he fixed it, and all day long, every day and night, you do it.
Yeah, it means regularly. Regularly.
Going.
But what about Fred?
What about him?
You won't take care of him. You don't like cats.
I don't like two-eyed cats. Fred, as you know, is monocular.
Who's gonna throw him his ping pong ball?
Fred's gonna be fine. No more argument, okay? We've discussed this ad nauseum.
What's ad nauseum?
Oh, you don't know? Wow, looks like someone needs school.
Sorry.
still time for you to undo this nonsense. Go, get in your car and go get that child.
You're technically allowed to use those keys whenever you want.
How can you stand there acting all calm and everything, Frank, and make light of this? Now go get her back before it's too late.
She gotta get out in the world. She has no friends her age, no social skills. She doesn't know how to be a kid. 2 nights ago, she told me that even if Germany bails out the euro, there could still be a worldwide depression. I was staring at the ceiling for 3 hours.
Okay, do you know what is sailing? Sorry, ceiling. Ceiling, yeah.
Ceiling, it's on the top of our room. We have walls, floor, and on the top it's ceiling.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm so worried.
Come on, Roberta. If you start crying, I'm gonna have to pretend to start crying. Hey, you know there's something you could be overlooking. This could work out.
Maybe. But if anybody takes that baby away, I'll smother you in your sleep.
What does it mean? I'll smother you in your sleep.
Smother you in your sleep. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's like an aggressive word. It means that I will kill you. It's like that. I will kill you while you're asleep. Mm-hmm.
So how the whole phrase sounds? Mother you in your sleep, or how?
No, I'll smother you in your sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It means killing that person while he or she is asleep by holding your hand over his neck so he can't breathe.
Mm-hmm. I understand now. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Please don't make me go. You can keep homeschooling me.
Tell you everything I know. No more argument, okay? We've discussed this ad nauseum.
What's ad nauseum?
You don't know? Wow, looks like someone needs school.
Good morning, Miss Stevenson.
Who can tell me what 3 plus 3 is?
Everyone knows it's 6.
Barry, can you stand up, please? Can you tell me what 57 multiplied by 135 is? Okay.
7,695. The square root is 87.7 and change. Now, what does ad nauseum mean?
I listen to the wind of my soul.
I think your niece may be gifted.
I am good friends with the headmaster of the Oaks Academy for Gifted Education.
No, I promised my sister I'd give Mary a normal life. I think she's got to be here.
I've sat upon the setting sun.
Who's that lady in front of our door?
That would be your grandmother.
Holy
It's a MacBook, darling.
What are you doing here?
You are denying the girl her potential. How many 7-year-olds are doing advanced calculus?
Forgot the negative sign on the exponent.
Mary, why don't you say anything?
Frank says I'm not supposed to correct older people. Nobody likes a smartass.
Okay.
We petition the court to grant my client full custody of the child.
No! No!
You're gonna take that girl, you're gonna loan her out to some think tank where she can talk non-trivial zeros with a bunch of old Russian guys for the rest of her life.
And you'd bury her under a rock.
Evelyn, stop. I'm raising her how I believe Diane would have wanted.
Do you need a reason we should commit treason?
If anybody takes that baby away, I'll smother you in your sleep.
Bring into this.
My sister wanted Mary to be a kid. She wanted her to have friends and to be happy.
Tell us, do you have health insurance?
No.
Did you spend the night in jail?
Objection!
And leave the valley.
Okay.
What?
So, did you get the whole concept of the movie?
Yeah, I remember. So I have seen, but maybe not last week, maybe last year. I watched.
Okay, yeah. All right. So, as far as you saw, you watched the trailer and some part of the movie. It was about a girl who is very intellectual and very smart and very talented, and they're having some trouble with this matter since she can do extraordinary things. So they gotta control these things, and they don't know how to handle the situation. The uncle, for example, as he actually observed that his sister died of the same situation. He's trying to somehow help the girl the best way possible, while the mother of this girl is trying to enforce the child to just work on the talent and nothing about social life. So it's like two sides of the story, and in the end, they will be like cooperating with each other and trying to raise the child together, not like one person and the other person on the other hand, just like that. Okay, so
and she chose like normal school, or like she went to the university. She studied with the students.
The grandmother of her was trying to send her to the university, but the uncle does not agree with this matter and doesn't agree, and so it happens like they will have some arguments, and then the uncle will go there and will take her out of the place. So then after some while they will be okay with each other, the grandma and the uncle, so they will raise the child together, and she will go to the regular school, like the normal one. Yeah, so it's like that. Generally the movie is very touching, since the girl character is very well played by this actor. Okay. So now I want to give you some expressions about how you can describe a movie. For example, you watch an action movie. How do you describe that? Like if it was very action and you loved it.
Action, it's mean like James Bond film, something with a kind of thriller with shooting,
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah. Okay, what about when you watch a horror movie? How do you describe that? How do you say it was really scary?
Yeah, it's a scary film, like It, Mirrors, when you're afraid something, you always watch that night, for example, where something monsters can appear and there's some part of the screen and kill somebody follows, and at the end everybody is died.
You said at the end. What is the difference? Yeah, what is the difference? But at the end is correct, but there is a difference between in the end and at the end. Do you know what is the difference?
No.
No? In the end means it means like the conclusion, in the end. But at the end is the point which happens, like in the end of something, is the point of the end of something. But in the end is the conclusion you get from something. You say in the end we could successfully pass our exams. Yeah, it's like summing up. It's like the conclusion of the story. Okay. And for movies, we say in the end because it's like if you want to just point some special, like a specific scene of the movie, you will say at the end. But if you want to talk about the whole story and what happened, you will say in the end. Okay, so by the way, I'm asking about some kind of idioms more than like describing some words. So now I will show you those idioms here. Okay, so there are some. Do you see my my tablet or not?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, just a second. Okay, do you see?
Yeah, now I see.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So the first movie was a hit, but the sequel bombed. What does it mean? This sentence, the first.
The first movie was a hit. I want to write it. Well, bombed. So the first, it's mean like the first part of movie. For example, what example? Shrek. For example, we have 4 parts of this. Not Shrek. It's okay. Let it be Shrek. So we have a first movie, first part. It was good, but the sequel, it's like continue of this film, which the second part. Like continue of the first part.
Exactly. Yeah, this is sequel. Like yeah. That's why we have the word sequence. Means things that happened one after another. That's sequence. So sequel is the same. Like when a movie is divided into different episodes, like the first episode, the second episode. Like as you said, you gave for example, Toy Story, the cartoon is having, I don't know, 5 sequel. So when we say the movie was a hit, it means it was awesome. It was perfect. It was one of the cool movies out there. But the sequel, the next episode of the movie was bombed, means was not good at all. Wasn't as successful as the first episode. Or it was
means good, bad?
Yeah, it means it was a failure. It means like it was a failure. So it's like that. Okay. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. What does it mean? I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I told you that how do you describe when you watch an action movie, and then you said that, for example, like when you watch an action movie, you feel really excited and like you are very hyped, yeah. Whenever we watch an action movie and it's very active kind of movie, we say I was on the edge of my seat. It means it was really exciting, the movie itself.
You're sitting and you're like thrilling feeling you've got, so you worry about these heroes.
Yeah, exactly.
These actors, and you're sitting and you cannot move. So do not interrupt. Something doesn't interrupt you, and okay, I understand.
Yeah, your full attention is on the movie, and yeah, you are really like, yeah, okay. It's the feeling good. It's the feel-good movie of the year. I found it very touching. What does it mean? It's the feel-good movie.
Feel good. It's feel good movie. Maybe have a good. Not requires like good comments, good a lot of awards, like Green Book. We have rumors, a lot of talks about this, and you understand that it's good film. So you haven't seen, but there are a lot of information about this film, and it's feel good movie.
Yeah, what does it mean? Very touching.
Very touching. Which you can express it's with a deep feeling.
Okay, so when we say it's the feel-good movie, it means it's one of those movies that whenever you watch it, as soon as you watch it, you will feel good about it. So it's a movie which makes you feel nice, makes you feel good. Now, when we say something is very touching, it means it's very emotional. It's very emotional. It makes you feel like touched. When you say, for example, that word touched me, it means that made me really emotional. All right? Okay. Next, to be honest, I liked the remake better than the original. The cast was much stronger. What does it mean, remake, and what does it mean, cast?
Remake, it's not origin. For example, Russia has got remakes of films. So, for example, in a ugly. So you know an ugly girl, which at the end of the serial, soap opera, she becomes beautiful. And in Russia, the same, but with Russian cast. It's mainly like a group of actors. They remake of this film. We have Russian variant, "Не родись красивой," don't become beautiful. So it's like this, or with "My beautiful nanny."
Yeah, I see. Okay, yeah. What about cast? You're right.
No, group of actors, like
who works for the movie. So it includes the actors, the actress, all of them, right? Okay, so it's like that. So it means the remake was better than the original because the group of people or the crew who worked on this movie, they were really strong. Okay, yeah. Now I want to give you some more expression. Now, when you watch a movie which is really scary and it scares you, you can say, it runs my blood cold. It runs my blood cold. So when we say it runs my blood cold, it means you watched a horror movie and it was really scary and it scared you a lot. So you say, it runs my blood cold. Whenever I watch it, it runs my blood cold. It means I am scared of this movie, okay? Okay. And now when you watch a really boring kind of movie and it's really time assuming and you didn't like the concept of the movie and it was really boring like the whole time. Do you know what do we say?
Like idiom.
No? We say, yeah, idiom. We say, it was watching grass grow. It was watching grass grow. Well, it means it was as boring as watching a grass grow. So, you know, the grass, when they want to grow, it takes a lot of time and it's very boring procedure. Like, you know, there is nothing special about it. They're just raising and there's nothing like, you know, exciting about this matter. So it's like when you say it was watching grass grow, means the whole movie was really boring and you didn't enjoy that at all. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Now I will go to this page. There are a lot of questions here written. Is there anyone else in our chat or no? Or it's only you? Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. I guess this as they change the time, everybody is a little bit mixed up about it. Okay. So here you see this first question. What is your all-time favorite movie? Would you answer this question, please?
All-time favorite movie. Maybe some films which, like in my opinion, and every person's opinion, like great movie, like Green Mile, Green Book, Titanic, what else? Escape of Shawshank Prison. So this great movie. So it's all time. And also our Soviet Union films like about Shurik, about like adventures of Shurik or Kafkazskaya Plenniца. So our Soviet Union comedians. Not all of them, but comedies. What about you? What's your favorite movies?
I personally do not watch movies a lot, like very often. I very rarely watch movies, and if I watch something, I make sure that I will love this movie because I feel that I've wasted my time, and that makes me really feel bad if the movie will be like a disaster. So one of my favorite ones was this movie, Gifted, and another one is a series. As you know, I'm studying medicine, so I watch movies which are related to this career. I love the series so-called New Amsterdam, because it's about a doctor who is director of a hospital, and he's very, again, extraordinary person, and he's doing extraordinary thing which is against the system which is going in the US. So it's just like, you know, if you're not a medic, you will not love this movie because it's very boring for other people. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer, we have like Russian equivalent. So there are a lot of serials and films about police and medicine. And it appears about restaurant business. So, and my favorite about medicine, it's a serial Internals, or how to say. So, but it's Russian, a serial, and it's so funny. Internal.
I guess it's intern, a person who is not is still studying medicine and work in the hospital. We call him an intern.
Soap opera. How to say?
Soap opera? I didn't get it. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Soap opera or
Soap opera. Soap opera.
serial or soap opera?
No, soap opera is something else. Series or serial is okay.
Serial, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you there? Sorry, I didn't hear
But
you.
cereal, it's also like grain. Yes, like to eat. We can eat cereal. Is it pronounced the same?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, but better to say series. A series.
Series.
Series, yes, series.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, what is the movie is called Intern and?
Is it the second question?
No, I'm asking you. You said that there is a movie and this is Russian and it's about medicine and the movie is called Intern.
Yeah, but it's not a movie. It's a series. Yeah.
It's a series. Okay.
Series, yes, with maybe 4 or 5 seasons with episodes. Yeah, maybe for 40 or 50 minutes.
Is it a new like movie or series or what?
No, it's modern, but maybe it was popular 3 years ago at the top of this popular. Yeah, it's not fresh, but it's now I can watch it. It will be funny too. I can rewatch, how to say.
I see.
Anytime, and it always will be funny.
Do you suggest it to me or no?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Also, if you do you speak Russian or Ukrainian?
I understand, but I have some trouble understanding the whole like sentences. So I'm not good at it. Like maybe I understand some part of it, but I'm not good at Russian. That's all. But I will do my
Russian,
best.
yeah, but it's funny. It's just for fun. So some maybe episodes, some oh my god, it's for medicine, but yeah, it's really for fun for everyone, not for medicine.
It's a comedy, so yeah.
Yeah, it's a comedy based on medicine. So we have like a lot of like hospital, like series and medical university, I suppose. So something like this series, but it's one of my favorite.
I see. Okay. All right. So, are there any kinds of movie you dislike? If so, what kinds?
I don't like horror movies. So yeah, sometimes I can watch, but maybe with someone. But I really seldom watch it.
Do you remember the idiom that I told you about when you watch a horror movie? How do you
run my blood cold?
They run your blood cold.
Yeah, run my blood cold. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Do you like to watch? No, you said you answered. Do you prefer fiction or non-fiction books? Fiction means not real. Okay?
Yeah, I understand. Actually, I like non-fiction. But for example, last year I watched and read books on fiction. It was fiction. It was like how to say incredible. Yeah, it's
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. So I start from Iron Man. So for me it was new. I haven't seen Marvel. I didn't understand why people liked them. But after Iron Man, I decided why not to watch. And I watched the first episode, the second like sequel of these films, and then I went to the cinema and watched Captain Marvel. I liked it too. And then I watched Incredibles. So, yes,
okay.
It was the end of my Marvel story.
I see.
It's fiction.
Okay. Fine. So I was like, okay. Do you usually watch movies at home or at a movie theater?
Movie theater. It's a kind of cinema.
Yeah, it's like it's the same as cinema, but it's smaller than cinema.
Now, yeah, I watched at home, but I prefer to watch the cinema. Yeah, my birthday or my relative's birthday, we have like a discount. The cinema, like tickets on the cinema, and we often go with special effect. It's like 3D or 4DX with the glasses, with when you shake it. So I prefer this kind of movie. So I go to the cinema to with this special effects, or is it it's 2D, so like average usual film, but if it's so something amazing. For example, last year I went to the Bohemian Rhapsody. It was 2D, but I was impressed. I liked it.
So you said I was impressed. You have
I
to
was
say
on the edge of my seat of whole time.
All right, yeah, all right, nice. Yeah, you said you were impressed. So when you want to say something impressed you, you have to say I was impressed by the movie. Yeah, so it needs the preposition by. Okay.
Impressed
by.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Thank you so much for your answer. Have you ever seen the same movie more than once?
Yeah, especially on TV. So when I'm not. Oh, yesterday, yeah, I watched 1+1 Untouchable film. So I watched at home maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But yesterday, like I watched. Whoa! It's I know it's like recognize this film. I understand why not to watch it again. It's
okay.
good.
So well recognized
film. So I decided to watch it again.
Okay, nice. All right. So have you ever seen? Well, let me see. What movie? Have you ever seen? I don't know. I have no idea. So let's go to the next question. How often do you go to movies? You said whenever you have a birthday or your relatives.
Yeah,
are
every
having
birthday, and maybe once or once a month or once 2 months.
This question is actually a little bit more interesting than the others. If a book has been made into a movie, which do you prefer to do first? See the movie or read the book? Why?
First of all, of course, you should read the book and then watch the film. But after reading, you won't like the film because it's total different story. For example, 2 years ago, 2 years ago, I have read House of like Unnormal Children, how to say, House of Miss Sapsan. So it was fiction literature. I forgot the name. Yeah, and
okay.
So it's a House of House of Miss Sapsan. Sapsan. It is the name of movie. So first of all, I read the book. I was afraid of this book, of this like cover of this book. Because it was my birthday present. And I was afraid of the cover of this book. It was scary, so it's like a scary child on the cover. But when I started to read, I really like it. And after. When I finished to read this book, I liked, and I have a plan to watch the film. So when I see like advertisements that in the cinema will be after half a year will be a film.
They're making it.
Yeah, will be a film based on this book. So, but when it's when I came to the cinema and I watched this film, it was totally different. So the heroes was different, so they changed some plot, changed some details. So maybe if you haven't read the book, it will be okay. But when I know like
original story.
Original story, yeah, it was difficult. But it's with every book and film so it's every film which based on the book.
Which is based on.
Which is based on the book. It's each, but only one book, only one film which is better than the book. It's Mikhail Bulgakov, Master and Margarita. It's only one. We have Russian series, Russian film. It's totally the same. I open the book and I watch the film, and I can read like the actors, the cast say some replics, how to say it? So say some words, and they're the same like in the book. So you cannot read the book, you just watch the film. It's like your guide for passing some exams, for example, for language, really. And I also watched when I was at school, we watched it at our class on foreign language. And it's really great film with a good cast. So it's only one film.
It was the only one film which was like this. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. What do you think of people who talk during movies at a movie theater?
Of course, it's bad that it interrupts you. For example, if you go to the cinema, you want to involve this film to see the eight of the seat for the whole time, but sometimes interrupts you, like calling or light. For example, when your neighbor which sits close to you, and the light of the screen, it's disturb you too. So yeah, it's irritates you.
It irritates you. Yeah. Okay. Who is Aina Kalichenko? All right. Okay. So, all right. I see many people here, but none of them. All of them having their microphones off. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I see it's too. They have like Galina, Aina, but.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, it's fine.
They so maybe listen to us.
Yeah, if you're listening to us, please, if we want it, you can just say hi and you can get
chat.
Yeah, you can get. Yeah, you can get involved. Yeah. All right. Okay. So next question is, what is the worst movie you have ever seen? Like the worst one?
Oh, it was with not Interstellar. It was with Brad Pitt. Comes to the Stars. It was like fresh film. Was last year. I went to the movie and I watched a grass grow. Really?
It's better. You used it incorrectly. You have to say it was watching grass grow.
Grass grow.
Yeah, the movie was watching grass grow.
The movie watching grass grow.
Was watching grass grow. Yeah.
It's yeah. At the first time when at the cinema I wanted to sleep, and for a short period of time I fell asleep.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I see. Well. Yeah. So what
it was monotonous. It was the same picture. So when he's moving so slow in the screen, yeah, I don't like it.
Okay. Yeah, you didn't like it. All right. So
what about you? What film that you don't like?
It's more than 6 months that I haven't watched anything, like any movie. So. And I don't remember actually any movie that I didn't like and it was like worst movie I've ever seen. I don't remember, in fact, because I as I told you, I really care about the movie, because if I watch something and that's very boring, I'll feel I wasted my time. So first of all, I'll check the trailer and the movie itself, what was the story, and then I will watch it. So it doesn't happen that often that I watch something and it's boring. So I don't remember, in fact. All right. Okay.
What do you prefer, reading books or watching films?
I rather watching. I'd rather watching the movie. Yeah, and it's
you really
like,
carry to choose movie.
Yeah,
So
I
takes
don't like
for a long time.
Yeah, and I don't like to spend a lot of time on reading a book. So you know why? Because I'm really involved with my university books. So I have no time left for reading something. I just rather to watch it. That's why I hardly ever read a book and like about the movie.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it's a bad habit. I know this, that I don't like watching like reading books. So it's like that, by the way. I would rather to spend my time on my lessons rather than reading something like irrelevant, you know.
But sometimes
Okay.
you should like to choose another like to have relax of your study, and sometimes you need.
Yeah. Yeah, I love a book which the movie is not present. I mean, they haven't made the movie, but I really love the book. It was called Sufi's World. Sufi's World.
Yeah, but I haven't read but many friends recommended to read.
Yeah, what is the name in Russian? Because I wanted to recommend it to
Куриный
many other-
бульон. Chicken
What?
roast?
Chicken roast?
No, is it this book?
Which book?
You told about this book or not?
I'm telling you about Sufi's World. Someone is up. Verse is here.
Yeah. Hello, Verse.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah.
And
So
you?
are you the same person who was present previous week?
No.
No? Okay, because her name was Verse as well. Okay. So what is your name?
She's my friend.
Okay, I see. Okay, all right. What's your name?
Veronica.
Veronica. Nice to meet you, Veronica. By the way, you know, we are talking about movies today, okay? Okay, I think you have my voice with some delay. All right, it's fine. Okay, yes, Natalia, I was telling you about the book. It was called Sufi's World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's continue with our questions. All right. If you want to recommend a movie to someone, who do you recommend it to?
I should recommend.
I mean, what do you recommend to other people if you want to?
Okay, I need to think.
Okay, maybe Natalia, you can tell us about that, and we will go back to her then.
What I would recommend to watch.
Yeah.
Hello.
For example, yesterday I watched with George Clooney film Up to the Sky. It was connected with trip traveling in the air. So we had the joke, but it was included to traveling by air. So moral of this film. So it was it's interesting. But like to sum up, I had morals that you should care about your private life. So you live not for one. You're not live not just for your job. You should think about your family, your relatives, and about your partner. Unfortunately, he hasn't got a partner. He supposed that he has a lover, but unfortunately, this girl has a family, his own family. But and I was pity. So I was worried about this moment. So he thought that he found his life, but it was mistake.
I see.
He was married on his job. We shouldn't be like career man or how to say.
Yeah, I remembered a movie so-called La La Land. Have you watched that?
No, but I heard, I started to watch it in English, yeah, but it was like a kind of musical. I watched maybe 10 minutes and I turned off.
Yeah, it's like a bit overwhelming with music. Yeah, it was overwhelmed with music and like dance and all of those things. What about The Greatest Showman?
Do you recommend to watch La La Land, or you shouldn't continue?
You know, it was, you know, it won a lot of prize, and I don't know, maybe in Grammy or where, I don't remember, in many where. Okay, and it was a great movie because it was different from all the other movies produced in United States, and it was having a different, I can say, it was very extraordinary. It was very different from all the other movies made by US. That was why a lot of attention was on this movie, because they were like, wow, they made something new. I liked it because the story and the way they were filming the movie was really different. Like, I loved it just because of that matter. The story is not something like a special, and you will not learn a lot of things in the end of the movie, but you will enjoy the movie because it's produced in a really different way. It's like, I believe the person who made it was really talented, because the movie is produced and filmed in a really nice way. I love the way that they filmed the movie back. Yeah, it was cool. Also, another movie which is again musical, so-called Greatest Showman. Have you watched that?
Yes, I saw. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. That movie was really good. The way they made it was but I saw some similarities between that and La La Land, because they were really similar in the way they were filmed. Yeah, so it's like that. I would suggest Greatest Showman, though, like to those people who haven't watched that. Okay.
This film also spreads value of family.
Exactly, value of family, and it was cool. It was cool. It was nice. Okay. So now, for having a break out of the questions, let's go through these words which are related to movies and the cast and like everything related to that. So the first word is a script. You have the definition in front of them, but I would like you to ask to make some like sentences with them. So script. Do you know what is it?
Script, yeah, something written by hand.
Yeah.
Script, maybe for example, no, it's not subtitles.
No, subtitle is
it's when you can see. It's like the trailer when I saw.
When I was playing for you the movie, there was a subtitle, so you could see what are they speaking about. Yeah.
Like scenario, a kind of scenario. Script.
Yeah, it's like a script. No, a script is the story of the movie. It's written before the production of the movie, like in advance. So first they write the script, like this time Brad Pitt have to play this role, then I don't know, another actor have to play this. It's like the script. They describe everything about the movie, even the scenes. For example, they have to stand in front of this tree. The light should be from this side. You know, everything which is going to be in the movie, they will first write them all. And that paperwork is called a script. Okay, then we have a soundtrack. So it's like, you know, those soundtrack which are played in the beginning and in the end of the film or in a movie. It's
or
called
in the middle, like Titanic, My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. It's soundtrack. Everybody knows it.
That was that was really a nice soundtrack. Then actor, you know, film, you know, a series of movies, pictures that tells a story. Producer, someone who finances and supervises the making of a show. So producer is only the one who is paying for it. More of the financial matter is on the producer. Now director is the person who directs the making of the film. So director and producer, their responsibilities are in different areas. Director is the one who in fact is making the movie. How everything is directed is via the director. But producer is just supporting the movie financially and dealing with finance, you know, it's like that. Special effects, you know, an effect used to produce scenes that cannot be achieved by normal techniques, right? Do you like special effects? Do you think they are produced nowadays very naturally or not?
Now, especially after watching The Lion King at the cinema, so I understood that now we have great special effects. So sometimes it's like real. So is it real lion or is it 3D? So it was like written. So I am amused of some special effects I have now in our modern film industry.
How was it? How was The Lion King? I haven't watched this movie.
Yeah, nice. I don't know how it's in a laptop or in a TV set. I was in the cinema and 3D, with these special effects, and I liked it. I have like not a habit, how to say. So every time I go to the cinema and watch Disney film. I was on the Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, and this I hope that I will go to the Mulan and Mermaid. So it was a Disney cartoon, but now it's like remake.
Remake.
It's film, and I really like it with great costumes, nice cast. So I like it.
I see. Okay, cool. All right. The score is a written form of musical composition. It doesn't go with that, right? Like a written form of musical composition. People who play the music, and they first write the score. So like that. Okay. A cameraman, a photographer who operates a movie camera. So cameraman is the one who is standing in the back of the camera.
Like operator in Russian say operator.
Yeah, operator. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it can be. Yeah. And then editor is the person who determines the final content of the text. Do you know what does determine mean?
Editor, it works with newspaper, with magazines. In this company we have editor.
Do you know the word determine?
What?
Determine here, in here.
No.
No? Don't you know this one?
Wait, it doesn't written here.
It's here. Determine.
Determine. Determine person. Determined, like you are not confident, but you're not forced to do something. Goal-oriented, not.
No. Determining is like measuring and understanding something. It's like measurement, determining. So it's like figuring out. Do you know the word figure out? To figure out. Figure out. To figure out. It means to find out, to measure something. You got it?
Find out. Find something. Find a good way.
It's like measuring something and to find out and the thing about that. Okay, so determine. Let me see. What does it mean in your language? So, for example, you go to a doctor and the doctor will determine your disease.
Назначить, how to say, to give you some advice, recipe.
That, yeah, first he will recognize your disease, but then determine it. Okay, it means определить in your language. Определить. Is that like this?
Определить.
Определить. Yes. Yeah. So it's like that. Did you get it?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it was determine, editor. What is blooper?
Embarrassing mistake. Blooper. It's like we know, like KinoLab. When, for example, in the script, in the scenario, actor should go like something like sexual way, he's threatened, but sometimes he's fallen down and it is like funny way, so it wasn't written, but it's accidentally he fall down and it is
or for example, in a scene you see hands of, I don't know, director in a movie and they haven't noticed that. So it's very embarrassing situation. They will get it later on.
Yeah. So in this first episode, he wear, for example, a hat, and in the next minute he without hat.
Exactly.
Changes. Yeah. Understand.
Yeah. It's like that. Okay. So box office. The office where tickets of admission are sold. So in the entrance of the cinema, there is always a box office. And in there, they're actually selling all of these tickets. So it's called box office. Okay, cast. Assign the roles of a movie or a play to actors. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, so choreographer, someone who creates new dances. Choreographer. Okay, cinema, a medium that disseminates moving pictures. Like, it's a bad explanation for the word cinema. You know the word cinema. So
but what's the difference between cinema and movie theater? It's cinema, it's bigger. Movie theater, it's smaller, or it's on the open air.
Well, in fact, to the whole building that is, it's not like in the cinema there is only one room. There are a lot of rooms, and they're playing different movies, right? The whole building, the big building is called cinema, but the small rooms that each movie are being played, that's called movie theater. So the building is called cinema, but the small portion of the cinema is called movie theater. Now, in some countries, like in here in Ukraine, there are some movie theater. There is only one room, and you just go there and you watch it. So it's called movie theater. You have it here. I don't know where, but I have heard about it. So when there is only one room and there is only one movie is getting played, is going on at a certain time, it's called movie theater. But if it's like a lot of movies at the same time is on the show, then it's called cinema. Okay. So costumer, someone who designs or supplies costumes. So costumes means clothes of actors. Okay, a person who designed these clothes is called costumer. So now again, costume has the meaning of tradition and culture as well. But in the movie and in this context, it means the clothes. Okay.
We have the same in Russian, costumer.
Customer, wow, good. Okay then.
But it's work. It can be work in the theater too. Yeah, customer, not in the film, but in theater.
In theater, yes, exactly, yeah. And also, I told you, it means it can mean something like the culture or tradition. Also, costume.
Yeah.
Okay, and the word critic. Do you know what does it mean?
Who judge the film? Who writes overview of the film? Who judge what marks?
Not overview, but review.
Review.
Okay, yes, is a person who it's coming. I believe this word is coming from the word criticizing. Criticizing. When we criticize something, we are actually talking about advantages and disadvantages of that thing. So it's the same. The critic person is the person who criticizes the movie, in fact. Okay. So dubbing a new soundtrack that is added to a film, dubbing, like the original movie, the language of it is, for example, English, and they want to play it in Ukraine. And well, there are not a lot of people who can speak or understand the American language or English language. So they will dub the movie. Someone else will come and will speak in Ukrainian, and they will put this sound on the movie.
So it's not just no, it's a kind of translation of the film. Yeah. So we add our voices of our actors, and give some translation of our language, some jokes especially. So some film I prefer to watch in Ukrainian, for example. Because of the jokes so I understand Russian and Ukrainian too, but it's some expressions really funny in Ukrainian.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so are you from Kharkiv or you're not?
Kharkiv.
Kharkiv. Okay. So generally, but I have seen some movies in Ukraine, I mean in Russian, or I don't know, Russian and Ukrainian, and the dubbing was really terrible. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just only one person was speaking instead of all the other actors. Is it like that now?
Maybe it was in the past. We have only one actor dubbed the film, so it's something like this. He moved. Is it kind of it? It was in the past, maybe 18 or 19. So like we have recorders, like cassette. Not we haven't this. We have cassette. It was very popular. Maybe 20 years ago, but now we have a lot of actors who dubbed this film. It was maybe old film.
I see. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah. I had once I was speaking about this matter in my class, and my students were telling me that there were some movies in the past, like as you said, 20 years ago or 10 years ago. And only 1% was actually dubbing whole movies that was played in Ukraine. So it was like, it was really boring because it was getting boring. There were only one voice for every. I see.
But we haven't at that time. We haven't a choice to watch any other variants. You have only
so
origin.
We didn't have.
We didn't have. We have only choice. If you have this film, you had to watch this film because you haven't got any variants. That time in general you haven't choice. You have only one product, that's all. And now we have choice of yogurt. So would you choose this Activia, or would you choose I don't know, Danone? We have, but that time in products no, I haven't lived at the time. I just know of rumors of my parents. So we haven't choice, and it was in film industry too. We have only one this with only one voice, and in general it was men who and when you watch woman speak in man's voice, it was funny.
I see. All right. Okay. So extra, a minor actor in crowd scenes. So it's like people who are in the scene.
Not in a main hero. I had experience. I was extra. I shoot in a commercial, and I was extra.
Okay. So how was the experience?
Nice. I liked it, but I wanted to take part of the main hero. I was, of course, I was close to main hero, but my part of this extra was so. I want to have more parts, so I just speak and I slept. That's all.
I see. Okay, all right.
So it was my best part of this shoot, but it isn't. There are no advertisement yet. I don't know when it will be. I hope soon as, because of the situation. So it should be in May, but now I don't know. Maybe in the summer will be this advertisement.
Yeah. Okay. So cool. Flashback, a transition in a story to an earlier event or scene. Yeah. So, for example, there are some movies that they start from the end of a story and then they will come to the beginning of the story. Do you like this type of movies?
It was, yeah, understand. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you in this Untouchable 1+1, this movie, yes, it was started when they came to the hospital, but later, after 10 minutes, they come back 1 year ago, for example. How it's like not prevent how they come to this situation.
They flashback. Okay, yeah. Flash forward is a transition in literary or theoretical works or films to a later event or scene that interrupt the normal like chronological development of the story. So it's like going forward. It's like opposite of flashback. Okay. Number 23, grip. Worker who moves the camera while a show is being made. So it's not cameraman, it's only the one who moves the camera. Hairstylist, lighting.
Like hairdresser.
Yeah, a hairdresser, yeah. Apparatus for supplying artificial light effect for the stage or a film. Okay. So negative is a photographic film showing an image with colors reversed. Well, it doesn't exist now. It's for old ages. Now we don't have something like that. Outtake, a scene that is filmed but is not used in the final editing of the film. So it's like those kind of parts of the movie that they omit them. They remove these parts from the movie later. Okay?
No, I don't understand. Could you explain one more time?
Okay, yeah. So there are different movies. There are some scenes that they are not good. After making and producing the movie, they will figure out that this part of the movie is not good. So they remove that part from the final work. Did you get it?
I just watched. It's a scene that is finished, but it's not used in the final edit. So they shoot this the film, but the end or the middle of the part is film. It's bad, and they cut out.
Yeah, they cut off this part. Yeah.
And it's called outtake.
Yeah, because they take it out. Outtake, take out.
And sometimes it shows at the end of the film. Yeah, like which scene, which episode doesn't include in the film.
Sometimes they add it, sometimes they don't, or sometimes even after production of the movie, they will just let it go in the YouTube or somewhere else. But they don't let it be inside the movie because they think it will just, I don't know, maybe it just breaks the relation of each scene to each other. So they outtake it. They take it out.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, cool. All right then. So let's go back to our questions. Here, the first question: what kind of character would you like to play in a television drama?
Of course, it should be main actors. But with happy end, maybe some romantic drama or melodrama. Maybe this one.
Okay, all right, okay. And so would you be willing to be on a TV show in only your underwear? Oh my God. No, well, all right, let's change the question. What is the scariest movie you have ever seen?
The scariest?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay. Okay. If someone were to make a movie about your life, what would you want included? What would you want included? Include at least 3 points.
Where is this question? Could you highlight?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Just a second. If you were to make a movie about your life, what would you want included? Include at least 3 points.
I suppose it should include some my achievements. So can I have a failure, and how can I reach my goal? So I suppose it will be a great film about how your dreams come true. So you should just do it, go to your dream, and it's always come true. I suppose that it comes true so I have this first step, but thanks to coronavirus, it's make a pause. So that's why after this, I hope that I continue. I will continue.
What was your job?
No, I haven't job, but I hope. Yeah, I can tell you. So I will be flight attendant.
All right, that's nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I had study. I was studying abroad, and before this quarantine, I have to pass my exams, my final exams, but I had to interrupt. All my groups stopped my education, and we moved to Ukraine because of the situation. And before my exams, before my final exams, so that's why I should come back, return to continue to pass my exams.
That's nice. Okay, yeah. I hope that I'm sure you will pass them successfully. By the way, it's a cool chance because you can study more and you can get ready for your exams even more. So.
Yes, I understand that. On the one hand, you understand you have a lot of time to study it, but another way, something you've just forgot. Because you had fresh knowledge, you include in this environment. You always speak about it with you not just read a book, this manual. You can ask a question of your group mates or teachers, but now you forgot about everything. So okay, just read a book, but if you just practice, you can see it every time, and it's better.
Do you like those movies which are filmed in the airplane and they're about airplane?
Yeah, it's like a law when I come back at home. When I come back at home, so there are a lot of I watched TV, and especially when I not eat. I forgot this word when you drink and eat at the same time.
What is it? Consuming?
Consume, yeah, consume.
Okay.
Consume. I turn on the TV set, and like yesterday, it was up in the sky. It was connected with air traveling. Next channel, it is air crash investigation. So everything concluded with air crashes.
Yeah, I know. I see. It's a little bit, yeah.
Now I understand. Maybe it's a time. Maybe it's some heavens give me some clues. I don't know. Maybe you should think again. So is it good for you or not? You should stay at home on the ground. Don't go in the air.
Yeah. But so by the way, airplanes are the safest variant of traveling. So so in comparison, even if a person is driver, his chance of death is much more than a person who works in the airplane industry. So I guess it's safe. I personally think it's safe.
Yes, it's safe, and it's great security, and it's a safe way.
Yeah.
But when you can see this air crash, of course, as you know, in the most cases, why is air crash happen? Because of human error. A misunderstanding with aircraft, air controller, with pilots. Most of these cases, they haven't got this like CRM. They do not understand, and in most cases, if it's a language misunderstanding. Just because the air controller said in a Spanish accent, so he has Spanish English, and that's why it was happened like air crash with Uberlingen, that it was film which connected that I told you at the beginning of our conversation, which happened in 2003. So
yeah, I see. And I have a question: can a flight attendant land an airplane?
What? One more time, could you say?
Can a flight attendant like you, can this person land an airplane?
Land. Yeah. We have this topic. For example, if we have like cases, scenarios, what should we do? And we have two pilots incapacitated. So when you're only one in aircraft, and what should you do in these cases?
So
like our teachers, they said that yes, it's possible to land the aircraft, but the most important, so they taught us, they show what buttons we should press, what to say to air controller, what like radio wave, what to say, mayday, mayday, so it's emergency in this emergency situation. So yes, what should we do in this emergency situation, how to connect to air controller, air controller, but how to use this how to say wheel,
remote.
We didn't teach it. So I ask, can we, for example, in simulator, can we visit this simulator, how to for example, to land? Unfortunately not, it's just for pilots. So
all right, I see.
How to work in the cabin, so we know everything, but what to use, how to land in the cockpit. So unfortunately we haven't practiced, we just in theory.
In theoretical situation,
but
because
like the teacher who tried, because she has a pilot, her husband is a pilot, and he taught her. She said that, it's easy, if I can do, you can do it too. Okay, we believe you.
I see. Okay, because I watched not a movie, but like a short video in the YouTube, and it was about this situation. I just ordinary, like a passenger was trying to land an airplane in an emergency situation.
Like, it's impossible with Tom Cruise, like every person can.
It was like that. But beforehand, like in advance, the pilot told her about the buttons and everything. So they just gave her some basic information, like the theoretical information, and then he was like telling him everything on the phone. So it was a simulator, as you said, and she was not touching the wheel at all. Like she was just working with those like buttons in there, and there were a lot of them. Like it was really overwhelming. I was like, oh my god, I'd better to crash and die rather than give it a try. Okay, so but generally
that it's a film, it's really like maybe you have seen in like medical films, so it's a mistake, so you can't do this, you should do this, because you understand like inside the problem. And now after study, when I watched the films, I'm connected with plan, and I noticed some mistakes, so but I understand that it's just film, it's not like guide to use this, maybe they don't know this specific of this work, so they know exactly, so we are uniform, that's all, and it will be enough, but how to press, how to work, they don't know some features.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
In general, like our teachers told that like average person cannot land the plane.
Yeah.
Because first of all, you cannot enter to the cockpit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's always safe. It's after 11th of September, after hijacking, we have like a really like strict rule to go to the cockpit. So just special code, look at the cameras. So it's really hard to go to the cockpit.
Yeah, I know this. Yeah,
so
it was like,
stuff.
the clip. Yeah, the clip was about like, is it possible? And in the conclusion, the pilot said it's impossible. No one can do this because there are a lot of buttons, and each of them that are doing very special thing. And you cannot do this. Don't think about it.
Yeah.
Don't think about it. Yeah, it was like that. And yeah, by the way, always airplanes are something special to me because I think it's a great piece of engineering. And every time I sit in the airplane, I feel it's just like something awesome. And I just get really excited about it. It's unbelievable. Like, I think it's for next generation of mine. So yeah, it takes me time to cool down whenever I sit in the airplane. It's just something amazing. Okay,
when
yeah.
I was sitting and traveling, I was excited too because, for example, when I sat close to my friend and like cabin attendants, my future colleagues, they said, "Oh, when I've traveled by plane, I always want to sleep. I don't want what should I do when I work? I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just ready. Okay, what's the outside condition? What happened? So I can, because I'm impressed of this really huge machine.
Impressed by.
Impressed. Oh yeah, impressed by. And yeah, I cannot sit and sleep.
I see. Okay, yeah, that's cool. So do you have any general question about the whole like session or anything related to the things we discussed today?
What?
Do you have any question related to our session today?
No, I haven't.
Everything is clear, yeah?
Yeah, I have some notes of some words, yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah. And I guess today's session was like an individual session because there were many people here in this.
But they disappeared.
Yeah, they were coming, going, and they were keeping their headphone, like microphones off. I don't know why. Okay, that's fine. By the way, it was really nice talking to you. Thank you so much for sharing your information and experience about your personal job and also talking about movies. It was really great. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Thank you for
yeah, we'll see you next week. Take care.
See you. Have a good day.
See you. You too.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Bye.